Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. We live in a world built on doing more productivity, more output, more urgency. But our souls, they don't crave urgency. They crave freedom. And freedom isn't found in more effort, it's found in being. Imagination is a byproduct of slowing down. Creativity is a byproduct of slowing down. Abundance is a byproduct of feeling safe. Now, before we dive into today's topic, I really want to invite you to watch some of my previous videos. I've covered everything from love, real love, to freedom from surrender. Today, we're talking about being and not doing. And so you can find those on YouTube or here at Substack. So just go ahead and comment. I really invite you to do that. The more that we can, you know, like and comment, unfortunately or fortunately, the more these teachings get to express themselves. And we help people through people. So I really extend this invitation. I would love to hear from you. And without further ado, let's jump in. So we're talking about doing versus being. And so I'm here to really illuminate why doing is our culture. It's part of this matrix driven society. But really, it's in the being that we thrive, like truly, truly thrive. And so when we're hyper focused on doing, we miss what's around us. We miss our children. We miss our partners. We miss beauty. We miss our own bodies. We miss so much in doing. And look at even how we parent. I'm a parent and I see this all the time. Schedule, activity, productivity, and that all equals achievement. But the connection doesn't happen in the doing. It happens in the being. So we're just perpetuating this hamster wheel with our children because it fulfills something in us, but not really. So when was the last time? This is a really important question to ask yourself. When was the last time you gave your full attention to something wholly and completely without reaching for your phone, without thinking about what's next, thinking about what you're missing? Attention is presence, and presence is safety. When was the last time you stopped and paused and were with your partner, your children, your best friend? So often you go out to eat now and people don't communicate. They're just there on their phones. They're in the doing. They're in that hypervigilance and they're missing in the being. Because slowing down creates safety. And that's what this game, this life is all about. Stepping away from this 3D matrix. And when you literally stop and smell the flowers, your nervous system receives a signal that I'm not being chased. It's safe. And that creates that internal safety, that spaciousness, that regulation. And from safety comes expansion. And that's wholly what's missed when it comes to manifestations and abundance. And so often we hear about manifestations, just close your eyes, write it down, and you'll manifest it. You'll manifest it. And the reality is, it's true. But the other side of that is we can only truly manifest what our nervous system can hold. So if we're asking for a different job, but then talking ourselves out of it, we're still magnetizing, we're still manifesting, but we're manifesting from the opposite of that. And so often we manifest really trivial things. You want a new car, you want the new job, you want to, 10x your salary. What's beneath that? Because what's beneath that is what you can hold. And so when we think about, I want to be able to travel. Well, does the destination matter or is it more just about that freedom? The freedom of being. Is it the car? Is it the money? Or is there something deeper in that? Because that's what we are working towards in order to hold that within us. It needs to feel safe. When it's safe, we can expand. When it's safe, we be. We be. Now, I don't know about you. I do some meditation. I've done a lot in the past. And when I first started, it was difficult. It was really difficult. And I don't know about you, but maybe you've experienced the same thing. And, people will say, I can't meditate. But it's really not that we can't meditate. It's not that at all. It's that when we slow down, when we pause, we meet our anxious minds. And our anxious minds are addicted to the doing, the constant flow. Meditation feels uncomfortable because it requires us to sit with ourselves. But what if that was the most important thing you could ever do? Because in the being, you access imagination, inspired ideas, creativity, and choice. And choice. Because being is not empty. It is a whole field, just fertile, whether to grow the seeds of who you are, what you truly desire, because it's not the material things. Where we exist now in this 3D reality, that's where we're getting, no, I want the car, I want the job, I want the house. But those are all external. What we really seek is internal. But we need that safety in order to understand it, to actualize it within us. That's where we manifest what it is that we truly desire, because we're crystal clear in it. Because it's not a destination. It's not a destination. And so when we can be more in the being, flow is what follows. Again, we chase abundance through effort, through doing more, working more. I don't have money. I have to go and do. But abundance comes to us, flows to us in the safety. And so when the nervous system is calm, the ideas come. The solutions appear. The inspiration will light us up because we are calm enough to listen. And those are the answers to those questions that we seek. Not do I need to do more? It's I need to be more. Because that's not in force. It's in flow. It is in flow. Look at nature. Nature is consistently in flow and it continues to be abundant. I think nature is one of our greatest teachers. Nature exists in the being. And so when we are hyper focused on the doing, our nervous system is engaged. We become reactive. We say things we don't mean. We do things that aren't aligned with who we really are. But when we slow down, we regain the choice. And choice is what we all seek, except we seek it in these very external ways. But choice is only internal. Our choice is in how we respond, how we parent, how we speak, how we show up, how we live. And that being, it restores sovereignty because all of this comes from our awareness. Did you know you have choice in how you parent and how you speak and how you respond? Maybe, maybe not. You may know it on an intellectual level, but none of this is intellectual. None of this is intellectual. It's all within. It's an internal state. And so let's practice. Let's practice. So just right now, if it's safe to do so, slow down your next movement. Literally. Take one breath longer than feels comfortable. Notice what your mind wants to rush towards and say, I choose to be here. I choose to be here. And if it feels uncomfortable, well, that discomfort is the urgency leaving your body. And so stay with that. Stay with that because that's true expansion. I know it's uncomfortable. I've been there. Daily, I remind myself to be, to slow down. And it has calmed me in ways I didn't even know. I'm not gripping. If nobody watches this, if a million people watch this, it won't change me. I'm here in the being, and you can too. You can too. This is really the work. This is the work. And I really invite you again to check out the last few episodes, transmissions, where I talk about love, what real love is, because that's a funny one. Talk about surrender. Surrender is just unbelievably powerful because we cannot control anything. That is all an external. And forgiveness. Forgiveness, gosh, these practices are so powerful. They will literally change your life. So I invite you to check them out. If you're still listening, then I trust that you're on a similar path. So be. And please like, comment, share. It's the way that we grow collectively together. And freedom. Freedom doesn't come from doing more. It comes from remembering that you're not behind. You're not late. You aren't lacking. You are conditioned into urgency, into this 3D matrix, and you can choose differently. Imagination, it lives in the stillness. Creativity lives in safety, abundance, lives in the flow. You just have to slow down enough to receive it. You just have to slow down to receive it. Creativity, imagination, the more we open ourselves to it, the more it continues to flow. The more our nervous system is calm enough for us to receive it. This is the work. Nervous system safety is freedom, it's expansion, it's abundance, it's manifestation. It is insurmountable amount of love. And you can have it too. Slow down. Slow down and receive it. Until next time, cheers.